Thinking about life this way and thinking about yourself this way is truly so life-changing. So let's just get into it. I don't know about you guys, but I often find myself thinking that I am not as hardworking or not as intelligent as I think I am. And this causes me to believe that maybe I should lower my expectations. I should lower my goals. I should not try to achieve the great heights that I want to achieve because I'm not smart enough. I'm not hardworking enough, and I should reduce my expectations to something that's reasonable for an average person like me. Just an average, not that smart, not that intelligent, not that hardworking person like me. But the thing is, I don't think the truly, really successful people are the ones who are the most intelligent and the most hardworking. I think they're the ones who believe that they can. I think that the people who end up doing the most in this world and end up achieving their goals are the ones who think that they can. And this is supported by psychology, which I'm going to get into a little bit later. Not always, there's exceptions to everything, but this is just a general rule of thumb that I've come to learn in my life. There's this quote about the knowledge paradox. I think it's by Bertrand Russell. The whole problem with the world is that fools and fanatics are always so certain about themselves, and the wiser people are so full of doubts. And this is so true when we look at things from the standpoint of knowledge. It's a researched and studied fact that people who know more about a subject tend to think they know less about it, whereas someone who knows very minimal about a subject are overly confident in their knowledge about it. Someone who's been studying for many, many years, they've learned that there's so much more, there's so many more intricacies to it, and so they know that even though they have so much more knowledge than the person who just knew a little bit, they feel that they still don't know a lot because they've opened their eyes to how vast and how huge this field can be. But let's look at this quote from a different perspective. The whole problem with the world is that fools and fanatics are so certain of themselves and wiser people are so full of doubts. Fools and fanatics are so certain of themselves, so they go on to do things. They go on to make changes and actually achieve things, whereas wiser people were so stuck where I'm calling myself a wiser person. But no, I've definitely dealt with that with, knowing a lot about a topic, being intelligent enough and feeling like I am inferior because I'm full of all these doubts. And so I'm not trying to say that I'm a wiser person, but I think we all kind of deal with this to some extent, right? Our self-doubts are hindering us. Our self-doubts are preventing us from actually achieving all the things that we can. I just think this whole idea of our confidence and our thoughts about ourselves is so interesting because these thoughts really change our lives. These thoughts really stop you from doing anything you want to do. If you convince yourself you can do anything, then you can do anything. I genuinely believe that. I know, of course, there are exceptions to everything, right? Like there's socioeconomic status, there are certain countries where obviously certain things are impossible. But I genuinely believe that if you put your mind to do something, you can do it. The only thing holding you back are your self-doubt. So think about all the people who got to where they are simply because they thought they could. They believed they could do it. So what if you had the same delusions? And I don't particularly like the word delusions because I don't think they're delusions. I think that they are visions. So let's just go with the word delusions. Be delusional. Convince yourself that you can make it. Get rid of those self-doubts. I'm not saying to believe that, oh, you can make it without hard work. No, I'm saying to put in the hard work, put in the effort, but the only way you're going to consistently put in the effort and put in the work to do something is if you believe that you will achieve it. If you don't believe you can do something, how are you going to consistently put in the hard work to achieve it? So what if we all decided to think this way? What could possibly stop us from achieving our goals if we believe we can? If we believe that no matter what challenges throw themselves our way, we can still conquer them and achieve our goals. What could stop us then? Nothing. Self-doubt, thinking I am not good enough to achieve this. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy. The second you tell yourself I can't do this, you're not going to be able to do it. I am ready to relinquish all these self-doubts and replace these thoughts whenever I notice myself having them, and I encourage you guys to do the same. So for example, thinking I'm not hardworking enough, change this to I'm not working as hard as I can right now. I can work harder. Or thinking, oh, I'm not smart enough, or I'm not as charismatic as all these other people. Change that to, okay, maybe I'm not there yet, but I can learn from these other people. I can do that too. I can be charismatic like them. I can be a better speaker. I can be really fit. This is just a personal experience. I have so much trouble with getting myself to go to the gym and be consistent with it because I genuinely don't believe I can. And because of that, I will never be fit until I change that mindset, until I tell myself, no, it is possible. You can do it. You have to believe and relinquish these self-doubts to actually have even a chance at achieving anything. No matter how hard I would try, in the back of my mind, something was always telling me you will never do it. And so I never did. So reframing these doubtful thought patterns into something positive and something actionable. What can you do? Sure, you're not there yet. What can you do to get there? Changing your thoughts to think like this is going to change your life. Because at the end of the day, you can truly do whatever you want, achieve whatever you want. You just have to believe that you can and put in the work to do so. It's just a matter of how much you're willing to grow to be the version of yourself who deserves these achievements. So this goes back to the idea of self-efficacy, which is something I think Bandura, a psychologist, talked about. So self-efficacy refers to one's belief about their ability to perform behaviors and achieve specific goals. The more you believe in your ability to do something, the better your goal commitment is. For one, for example, for me at the gym, couldn't commit properly because didn't believe I could do it. Goal commitment, persistence, how much you're going to keep trying and keep going and keep persevering, and task performance. Your task performance, they have done studies on this. Your task performance goes way up when you believe you can do something. When you believe you can do something, you do it much better than when you don't believe you can. Which sounds intuitive, but a lot of us are still stuck in that mindset. Here's another example. When I go to the library, why do I study better there? Okay, maybe part of it is because there's no distractions, there's no bed for me to go lie down on, sleep, there's no TV, there's none of that. That's probably part of it. But another part of it is because when I'm at the library, there are people around. There are people seeing me. I get this feeling about who I am. When I'm at the library, I get this feeling that I am a hard worker. I am someone who studies a lot and stays focused. And so when I'm at the library, I'm aware that there are people around. And so I'm subconsciously trying to portray these traits to the people around me. But the more I portray those traits or try to, the more I start to believe I am. I embody this person who is hardworking. And so that's why I get so much more work done at the library, because I'm embodying this version of myself who works hard, who studies hard, and who gets things done. Okay, next topic. Stop giving up before you lost. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Accepting defeat before you've even gone into the battle, that's the worst thing you can do, but a lot of us do it. Don't sit there and act like you've never done it, because a lot of us do it. For example, I am behind on studying for this class, so I'm going to fail this exam. If I tell myself this, I'm going to fail this exam. If I tell myself that I'm going to fail this thing because I'm so far behind, there is no point in me even studying for the next 5 days. Stop failing before you've actually failed. Like I said, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you tell yourself you're going to fail, then you will. No, seriously, whatever you're doing, whatever you're trying to achieve right now, if you are trying to woo a certain man or woman, if you are trying to do well on an exam, if you are trying to get into a college, whatever you're trying to do, if you think right now that you're not going to be able to do it, just stop. Just stop. Don't do it. If you told yourself you're not going to do it, you're not going to do it. Just give up. Okay, that sounds a bit tough love, but what I'm trying to say here is don't do that to yourself. Why are you telling yourself you're going to fail this thing? I, for example, was applying to some colleges, and there are certain ones where I just applied to and I said, no, I'm not gonna get it. There's no point. Okay, then I'm not gonna get in. No, I have to believe that I can do this, because when I believe I can do something, the actions and the steps I will take towards achieving it, well, first of all, I will be taking a lot more effort to achieve this thing. I will be working a lot harder towards this goal. This is psychologically proven. When you believe you can do something, you work harder at it, you're more persistent. Like I said, self-efficacy. But if you've told yourself you're gonna fail, you're not gonna work as hard on it. And your mindset, that's gonna be in the back of your head the whole time. Give yourself a fighting chance. I don't care about your excuses, okay? You should have started sooner. You have 2 days before an exam. You should have started sooner, and so you're gonna fail regardless. No, I don't wanna hear it. That is not an excuse to check out. There is always time to do something. Not everything. There's not always time to do everything, but there's always time to do something. Don't give up before you've actually lost. Try your best, even at the last hour, the last few minutes before this thing happens, before you receive the results, before you achieve this goal or fail this goal. Fight for it. Even if you think you're gonna fail, even if in the back of your head is telling you there's no way you can do this, still try. Still try. Tell yourself you can do it. Tell yourself and believe it. Convince yourself that you can do it and try. Because even if you do fail, even if you work your hardest, you believed you can, you persevered, you tried your best, and you failed, that's fine. Because you haven't really failed then. Because taking these steps, having this mindset, is taking you closer to being the version of yourself who's going to be more resilient when it comes to future experiences. I am not someone to sit here and tell you discipline over motivation, because that's a huge topic on YouTube. You don't need motivation, you just need to be disciplined. I kind of disagree with this idea. I think motivation is needed to keep someone moving in life. why would we do anything? Why would we do absolutely anything? So when people say discipline, I think you have to understand that discipline and motivation work in conjunction. You are disciplined because you are motivated to reach a certain goal. For example, if you want to become a really fast runner, you are disciplined in going to the gym every single morning because you have the motivation to become a fast runner. You're not disciplined just for the sake of being disciplined. You're disciplined with a motivation behind that discipline, because you have to be motivated to even discipline yourself. You know what I mean? I don't agree with that big thing that's going around that forget motivation, we just need discipline. No, I disagree. The real issue is what people use as their motivation. This is the foolproof way to be motivated to do anything for the rest of your life, to do anything. This is what we normally think of as motivation. We think for a job, to get a certain career, to make money, to get a certain girlfriend or boyfriend, to lose a certain amount of weight or to gain a certain amount of weight. Whatever it is, those are our sources of motivation. Bad. These are poor sources of motivation, because these things, they can set the stakes too high. And I talked about stress in another one of my videos, but when the stakes are too high, we tend to put more pressure on ourselves to achieve them. More pressure leads to more stress, and it becomes very, very difficult for us to actually take action and effort to address this problem or address this stressor. So we don't want our stakes so high. If we're setting our goal as like, I have to get this job, it is going to impair us in a way that we're not going to be able to try our best. The motivation to keep trying against all the odds is because even if you fail, you have done something to propel you in the direction of becoming a better version of yourself. You will grow and evolve and be able to solve bigger and better problems. This motivation will never waver. Alright, so that was my little rant about getting rid of our thoughts of self-doubt, and number 2 is stop giving up before you've lost. I also wanted to say, what the heck is going on? We have 250 subscribers. It's literally crazy. Like, I can't even fathom this. This is insanity, and I'm so excited. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm so excited. Thank you for the comments. The comments you guys leave me genuinely make my whole day, my whole week. I read them again and again. They make me so happy. 250? That's a lot of people. I'm just literally so excited. I could dance. Every day when I get the notification of a new subscriber, like, I do a little dance. But I want to know what you guys want to see more of. Most of you guys came from my study mistakes video, so if you want to see more study content, let me know. Are you guys into sit down videos like this one, or do you guys want to see some vlogs? Please comment whatever you want, because I love reading the comments. Genuinely make my whole day and week and everything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.